I'm going to have to try one of them soup kitchens out. I heard they're pretty good. Yeah. At this point, I'm going to call Imam Hamid Abdullah to the stage, my fellow alumni brother. This is Claremont School alumni, Brother Hamid Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum. How's everybody feeling? It's good to see everybody. You know, I was told that I had 3 minutes, and I can't say everything I need to say in 3 minutes, so I'm going to ask a favor. I'm going to ask us all a favor. And the favor is when you return home, that you go back to your masjids and you tell everybody what you saw here today. I'm going to ask you when you return and go home and you talk to the people, you let them know that this convention was successful in the fact that our praises be to Allah. There are people that have come here from all over the country. And then there are a lot of people that actually live here. But I believe and I know that next year we're going to do better. We're going to put in the work and we're going to try to do everything we can to triple or quadruple the size that we have here today. So we're going to, what I'm asking is just a favor. And I'm going to leave. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I'm going to ask us all that when we go home, we tell those people who did not make the convention what they missed. Let them know what they missed here today. And next year when we start planning, everybody, it's not just up to Imam Deen Mohammed II or just the Mosques or the few people that plan. Let everybody get involved. Let's let everybody have a say in what we are doing, and it's going to grow as fast as we can imagine. So that's all I have. That's my ask for you. Please let the brothers and sisters know wherever you are in the country, let them know that we're going to do better next year, and we're going to triple the size of our convention. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir. Let's give Imam Hamid another round of applause. So y'all heard it, brother. Y'all got your instructions, right? Okay. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to call Imam Alfred to the stage, and he's going to introduce the president of Mosques.
With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, praise belong to God alone. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, to Reverend clergy, to the Honorable Rabbi, Honorable Imams, to my leader, Imam Deen Mohammed II, to my Secretary General, Osama Jamal, and to all of you, the most honorable human beings on earth, the human beings that have survived the worst treatment, that were put in a monster chamber and came out humanitarians. In my study of history, I have found that many people have been tried and have gone through monster chambers, and as we study history, we find them to be monsters. I'm going to take a point of personal privilege. Some of you know I'm a big stickler for campaigning, not running for office, y'all. But I have a brother with me who had promised me that he's going to bring 1,000 people. He's a proven entity. He brought 1,000 people for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We didn't have the tickets or the facilitation, or the business people would put the money up for the tickets. But I know if he had been given those facilities, he would have brought maybe 10,000. He got a nice white suit on. He told me one time, in his last competition for the contest to bring the most people, he had so many people in the car that the police stopped him. And he said, the police said, you can't take all those people down to the temple. So he said, well, what can I do? He said, well, you got to come back and get them. And that's what he did. So we're going to be working closely with him next year. And we're going to put a contest out here. Wherever we are, doesn't matter. We're going in all these cities and we're going to give our people their birthright. I'm particularly talking first to the African American, but I'm also talking to the American people. I think the American people deserve better leadership, and I think that leadership is on this stage, and I'm going to make it absolutely possible for them to get a good choice. So Brother Yusuf, would you stand up? And I just want to give you a handshake. And since there's no brother watch out for him. I'm telling you, all y'all who talkers, watch out. He's going to compete. The next time Imam Deen Mohammed comes to town, and he's going to be invited. This ain't going to be, this is just the beginning. Now let me give you my short address and invite our beloved leader to the stage. We are witnessing the eve of 90 years of work in North America. In the beginning, the first 43 odd years, America was a wilderness. It was a land of slavery, suffering, and death. And with Honorable Elijah Muhammad put the mirror up before America, he shamed America. And no longer can the white supremacists and other race-based people hide. They're embarrassed and don't pay any attention to, I don't care what CNN, I don't care what Fox News, I don't even care what Fix News tell you. America is getting better and better. And it is a direct result of Imam Deen Mohammed the first, and the continuation of Imam Deen Mohammed II. How is that possible? If the American people knew what went on in this room, and some of y'all keep it a secret and shouldn't, if they knew that there are military veterans who sacrificed their life for this country and are Muslims, can stand on the stage with people of all faiths and say we are one American. That didn't just come about. As we come to the eve of our 90th year history in America as an independent body, and come up on nearly 44 years of history as a child breathing on their own. Why is America different than it was in 1950, 1940, 1960? It is because starting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the city of brotherly love, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his wife, Sister Clara Muhammad, had clarity. And they sent their son that had been destined to change the nation of Islam. Let me quote you, just in case anybody wanted to get it wrong and twist it, and they always do it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, February 26, 1956, I will tear the temple down and rebuild, and my son will rebuild it. He said, my son is to me as Solomon is to David. He would tear the temple down and rebuild it. And actually, he didn't tear the temple down, he just dismantled it. Because all the good things, you see security people here, you see decency and order, the order and discipline still here. But I also want you to know that something that is most important for us now, we have looked in the past, is to look in the present. And I am a witness bearer to what Imam Deen Muhammad told me. I'm not going to hide it. You know, there's a song they sing in the church, Reverend Roundtree. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody. I just couldn't keep it to myself. And that gospel spirit moves in me. He said, you know, if you all hadn't chosen me to be the leader, I had already set up an organization, 2 organizations in fact. You can look this up. The Society of American Muslims and the Society for the African American Upliftment. 1956, they ran Daisy Bates out of Little Rock, Arkansas. In Jet magazine, Minister Wallace D. Muhammad, while teaching Arabic class to Minister Farrakhan, Minister Malcolm, and all the rest of them who used to come to his house in Philly, he gave Daisy Bates, I think, a check for $600. And to our imams, he was a very productive minister. He brought 50 buses to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is 1956. So that, boy, Brother Joseph, Brother Yusuf, we got a job cut out for us. That's what Imam Muhammad was doing in the 50s. There was no internet. And in 2006, he went to Springfield, Illinois, the place where Lincoln started his address, the capital of the state of Illinois, the place where President Barack Hussein Obama launched his campaign. He went there and changed the paperwork of the Mosque, and he became the secretary. Imagine that. Picture that. Imam Deen Muhammad became the secretary and appointed Imam Deen Muhammad as the president. And he didn't call him Wallace as he changed his name. And why are you all, with your still Uncle Tom's scary mind, and I'll tell it in the public, why are you still calling him Wallace? Now, Wallace is a Welsh name, means a stranger. Ain't nothing strange about you. I see a man more committed to the work of Prophet Muhammad than I have seen in the history of America other than Imam Deen Muhammad. And I say that knowing full well that I'm in the company of authorities. I say that as one who has been a participant, observer in the history of man and in the history of leadership of man. This is the best. And he is going to build New Africa. And all it's going to take is you and I coming out of our slave-minded bags, coming out of the beating and whippings, and asking Allah to just take it out of your heart. Sometimes even myself, and I seem confident, and I get it from Imam Deen Muhammad, he said, be more confident than yourself. That's him. That's the leader. And God knows, I don't relish this job, and he knows that. But I will not stop and can't be stopped. And we can't stop until we establish al-Islam first among the African American people in America. And then we are going to go from Halifax, Nova Scotia in the north to Rio de Janeiro in the south and spread across the ocean and bring that which was lost back to that which is found. And we have the leader, the teacher, in the guide that's been blessed by Almighty God, not Wallace. And I want to reiterate, he inherited Waris Deen. You know, so Imam Muhammad told us that Mr. Farad named him Warith Deen, named Imam Muhammad Warith Deen before he was born. He said his father couldn't pronounce it, so he called him Wallace. Nobody knew what the D in the name stood for. Allah bless the Imam to find out what that is. But he didn't inherit the Deen of Omar, not the Deen of Bilal, not the Deen of Abu Bakr, Siddiq, radiallahu anhu, on all of them. He inherited the Deen of Muhammad, the perfect human being. And America needs the perfect human being. The African American needs the perfect human being, one following in that office. And Imam Deen Muhammad inherited the office of his father. They said someone said earlier this morning, they said Nikes had sneakers outside. I said to myself, when you all start marketing, you will understand that we got a message. And people who want to walk it out you, they may walk barefooted to get this message. Peace be on our noble and honorable audience as I bring before the leader of the mosque here, Imam Deen Muhammad.